far from the rule of law and parliamentary sovereignty being mutually contradictory, they are both sides of the same coin. If you do not have a strong parliamentary sovereignty, then the rule of law itself is undermined. The rule of law being a political concept rather than a concept, rather than the law itself. And I think sometimes that is, I'm afraid, misunderstood, and I think it's the duty of Conservatives, from him right through to me, to remind this place and other places about the importance of these principles. When we created retained EU law, which he and I were heavily involved with, we said at the time, either explicitly or implicitly, that we would in good order look carefully at the body of retained EU law, get rid of what we don't need, absolutely up for that. I think it'll be good tidy lawmaking and doing service to the statute book, but at the same time retaining what we regard as important safeguards or regulations that underpin particular activities. That's good for the rule of law, it's good for certainty, it's something I think that we should remember. I don't think the bulldozer approach is the right approach. The scalpel surely should be applied to these regulations so that we absolutely get it right. And therefore what I would say in closing to my honourable friend the Solicitor General is to consider carefully whether or not through further amendment and change we can strike the right balance between the need to fulfil the objectives of this important bill, but at the same time to make sure that this place is not lost in the rush to revoke or amend regulations, because there will and there may be a time, even with sunsetting, that we will no longer be the party of government, and we need to remember that we should be here to defend the position of this House irrespective of who might sit on the Treasury bench. And on that note, I would urge my honourable friend to just think again about Amendment 42D, but otherwise I am in full support of his remarks.